the last bit of news I think we're going to talk about here today is the news that Shang-Chi director Daniel Destin Cretton, is that his name?
Yeah.
Daniel, yeah. He's going to be directing now the live-action Naruto movie that was announced a few months ago. I think this conversation is probably happening like over and over again every few months with a lot of people, but like it's all of us screaming, please stop adapting things into live action when it's just not necessary. I think we all want Disney to stop. I think with anime, it's even worse. A lot of the time, the quality we get of live action, and I don't know. I think this, like, the director, he isn't a bad choice. Like, obviously, he knows martial arts. Like, obviously, like, a big budget special effects martial arts movie came together and was good. I just don't believe that, like, one, the story of Naruto can be told in like a 2.5 hour movie, and
you're
two,
assuming it's 2.5 hours.
Sure. I mean, you're right. I mean, it could be 3, it could be less. I don't know. Right. But any amount of time. I mean, like, the story of Naruto took place over like 1,000 episodes. Like, how do you condense that into a movie? I honestly don't get that. And there's genuinely not a chance that the action and special effects look as good as the animated show. So, yes, could it be cool to see some scenes recreated? Yeah, maybe. But, like, is it worth it? Probably not.
All right. So you brought up a lot of interesting, like, valid points, which I'm going to disagree with some of them.
Okay.
Now, I know I don't know very much about Naruto.
Right.
But that is not necessarily important with what I'm going to say, which is, look, all right, it is not necessary. It's never necessary to adapt something. There's a lot of people who love books who don't feel it is necessary to make that story into a movie or a TV show. And sometimes it does it really well, and other times usually most of the time, they say, no, the book was better. And I feel like a lot of beloved properties, the first way you see it is the only way that you can see it. And any changes to it is like a disgrace, and they see it as less like the original thing wasn't good enough to begin with, which right. I think I respect that idea, and I know people love the original property, and they love it so much that, like, they feel so passionately about it. But you still have the show. And I know I have not seen One Piece, but a lot of people have been raving about One Piece.
No, but I think the reason they're raving about One Piece is because they're, like, from what I hear about One Piece, is that they're respecting, like, the actual, original, like, show. Basically, like, they're like true to it, and they're not changing things at every turn. Like, and you mentioned Avatar. That's exactly what they're doing with Avatar. Like, I watched the first episode, and they have changed like key aspects.
Well,
I
didn't mention Avatar, but
you didn't. Oh my!
No.
I thought you mentioned.
You just have it on your mind.
I just have it on my mind. Yeah.
But, like, look, and that's also fair. Right. And, like, obviously we saw how it was handled with M. Night Shyamalan's Avatar, but yeah, but who's to say that Daniel? I forget. I don't how to say
Destin Cretton, I think.
Yes,
yeah.
Destin Cretton. Well, who's to say that he doesn't stay true? And
Destin Daniel Cretton. Sorry,
Destin Daniel Cretton. Who's to say he doesn't stay true? And I have no doubt in my mind that this is not going to be the entire story of Naruto. I think this is most likely going to be like something that they want to build franchises off of. And look, I think he did a great movie with Shang-Chi. I can clearly see the appeal of wanting him to do this movie. And I also think that it's interesting that he gets attached to this movie a couple months. We find out he's doing this movie a couple months after he decided to leave Avengers 5. So I don't know if he decided to leave Avengers 5 because there was issues with the script and whatnot, or if because he wanted to do this movie instead.
But he is still doing Shang-Chi too. I mean, he's attached to that.
Yes.
Look, like I agree. Like it's not gonna be all of Naruto, but I do believe it's hard to tell like the story of Naruto like as like a wrapped like story without like at least going through like there's the original Naruto and then there's Naruto Shippuden. I think you have to at least tell all of Naruto in one story, and with that you're gonna have to cut a lot out. And I just think in general you're gonna have to cut a lot out, and I don't know how strong the story is at that point with just 2.5 to 3 hours at the most of Naruto. I mean, maybe they make sequels, but like, have we ever known a live action anime movie to get a sequel? No, like.
But this could be the start.
Maybe it could.
Look, we have had some pretty lackluster video game to movie adaptations
we have.
For a long time, but we are starting to get there. And I'm not saying that like that's going to happen with anime, but we've also had a lot of anime that's been, not always succeeding, but lately there's been more successful adaptations than
I only know one, but
I feel like I guess I'd have to look, but I just from what I'm just been noticing with trends or people talking about stuff, like there just has been a bit more like I guess I'm just saying with the One Piece off the top of my head the most.
Yeah, that's the only one I know, right? That's been achieved well, right?
But I mean, there is I as much as I know you don't like Avatar and a lot of other people have been like not loving it, there's also an equal amount of people who have been having a really good time with it that I know. So there is a bit of a positive trend, and maybe this continues it. Maybe it goes back to not doing so well, and we'll get there eventually. But
yeah. Look, I think the only thing like positive I will say about this is that I don't think on a TV show budget this could look like acceptable, like compared to like the actual animated show. I think like if you're gonna do live action, like yes, this has to be a movie. I just think it's a huge challenge to adapt this into a movie. But maybe Destin Daniel Cretton can do something. He did direct a hell of a martial arts special effects movie. So then that's exactly what Naruto would be. So we'll see. I'm very, very hesitant with this one, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.